good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste and a very warm welcome to all of you to the Blub World Web Talks 207th episode. In the last 206 episodes, we have talked to, interacted with more than 3,000 school leaders on this very platform where they've shared their ideas, opinions, innovations, and what all new are they doing in the education space. तो नमस्कार, आप सभी का स्वागत है ब्लब वर्ल्ड वेब टॉक्स के 207वें एपिसोड में। पिछले 206 एपिसोड में हमने करीबन 3,000 से ज्यादा शिक्षाविदों से ये जानने की कोशिश की कि वो शिक्षा को कैसे बदल रहे हैं और शिक्षा उन्हें कैसे बदल रही है। तो आज जो अगला 1 घंटा आप हमारे साथ गुजारेंगे उसमें हम काफी सारे स्कूल लीडर से जानने की कोशिश करेंगे कि एक विजनरी या एक ऐसा व्यक्ति जो समाज को कुछ ऐसा दे दे जो कि पहले न कभी था और उसके आने के बाद उसके जीवन काल के आगे भी वो इन संस्था, वो आइडिया, वो इनोवेशन बनी रहे। So today in the next 60 minutes that you're there with us, we'll be talking about how to raise a visionary. When you talk about teenagers who are rebellious, who are energetic, who have all, the kind of right and innovative thoughts, how do you channel their energy so that they become the visionaries of the future? So इस पे लर्निंग टीचिंग टेक्निक्स क्या होंगी, क्या क्या ऐसे आइडियाज हैं जो कि स्कूल लीडर्स इंप्लीमेंट कर सकते हैं, कौन सी ऐसी चीजें हैं जो कि वो ऑलरेडी कर रहे हैं, हम ये सब जानने की कोशिश करेंगे अगले 60 मिनटों में। So stay tuned in and know the ideas and these innovations that these educationists are doing across India and the world. Before we start, just some ground rules. The Blub World Web Talks is a speaking sprint. Don't think of it as a speaking marathon. So the speaking time is limited. Once your speaking time is over, you might get muted. If you get muted, please don't get offended. It's just to keep the activity crisp and entertaining for everyone. Secondly, it's a bilingual platform, so you can use English or Hindi, any of these 2 languages. Please don't use a third one because I might not get it. क्योंकि भाषा जो है ज्ञान का पैमाना नहीं है, इसलिए आप अंग्रेजी या हिंदी दोनों में से किसी भी भाषा का इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं। इंपॉर्टेंट चीज ये है कि जो भी आइडिया या थॉट आप रखना चाहते हैं वो एकदम क्लैरिटी के साथ और सभी जनों तक पहुंच पाए। Thank you so much everyone for joining us once again. Let's start this round table, or which is the 207th round table of the Blub World Web Talk. Let me invite the first speaker for today. A very warm welcome to Mr. Samuel Giftson, who's the founding manager, outreach and marketing for Shiv Nadar University, Chennai, Tamil Nadu. Samuel, sir, over to you for the next 3 minutes. Please unmute yourself and a very warm welcome.
Hi everybody. First of all, I'd like to thank Daksh and for Blub World for this beautiful web talks that they're doing. It's been like more than 200. So I can imagine the level of work and the level of reach they've done, and great work, and kudos to you, man, for that. So so the topic is really interesting. Who's a visionary and how to raise visionary leaders. So as principals and as institutional leaders, like being a person who's out of this context, I'm a marketer. So based on my analysis, I just got to understand a visionary is a leader of excellence who sees what others do not see, who achieves for now and plans for the future, who positively impacts different generations and raises up the visionaries. So now is the time for institutional leaders like you, Shilpa, Jain ma'am, and all of you. You can probably think about raising new generation visionary leaders. And I have 5 steps or 5 quick points maybe that can be of help, and based on the understanding that I had. The first one is 5 steps to raise a visionary. The first one being make students see what others do not see. So we all know that everybody is from different walks of life and everybody think different. Every family background is different. So each and every student should be made to think in a different way in which the others do not think. It's more of out of the box thinking and simple in one line. Make students see what others do not see. So second point is students should lead with excellence. So whatever they do, do it with if they are good in some sports, if they're good in activities in academics, if they're good in extracurricular, do it with excellence. That's the second point. The third point is achieve for now, but plan for the future. So whatever you're good at, keep planning and achieving that, and then plan based on whatever you've achieved in the past, you plan something big. So when you're planning big, and that's the vision that you have in mind. The fourth one is inculcate values. This is the most important thing that we all should tell them as teachers, as parents, as institutional heads, as owners. Values is something that we all need. So inculcate values so that they create a positive impact on different generations. So impact, values, and creating this inculcation. These are some terminologies and things that we should all talk about for the kids. And next is about alumni, something where we can talk how alumni can be a great role. Missionaries should give back. and they should raise up other visionaries. So I would talk about my own founder, Shiv Nadar. He is a great rock star, I would say. He is a visionary himself, and that's why he gives so much back to the society. He's giving 3 crores to the society per day for philanthropy, and he's like done so many other contribution to his own PhD Institute of Technology, to other wherever institution that he studied. And the final last point that I'd like to talk about is the parents' perspective. Parents have in different age groups, they have different levels of thinking, how the student want to be. And from each age, the students should parents should make them understand where this kind of, the student is, where the child is going to, what's his likes and dislikes are, and that maybe the parent has to guide them. So each level and each age would matter, and based on that, parents should guide them. And next thing is make students think big. So we are having a thing like mostly everybody out of the box is the first thing that I told. Make students think big. That's one thing. And the last one, understanding, knowledge, skills, wisdom equal to vision. I'm done. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Samuel. So let me try to summarize what you said and take some of the important points ahead in the discussion. You started with making students see what others do not see. When you are trying to, teach a visionary, or when you want to raise a visionary, let them see beyond the boundaries of their own vision. If you can see beyond what everyone's perspective is, then that's where a visionary gets born. Students should lead with example, achieve now, plan for the future, inculcate values, positive impact focus. And I think the most critical element in this is the giving back in motive. You should build that, motivation in that individual, that always remember you're not just working for yourself, you're working for everyone around you. And a very nice example of Shiv Nadar, who has been doing a lot of philanthropic work. And I think he's also in line with Azim Premji and many such industrialists who are now looking towards philanthropy and improving the world around them. Thank you so much, Simon. So let me invite the next speaker for today. A very warm welcome to Mr. Shilpi Jain, the Headmistress for State MR Jaipuria School, Goel campus from Lucknow, Uttar Pradesh. Shilpi ma'am, over to you for the next 3 minutes. Please unmute yourself, and a very warm welcome.
Very good evening to everyone. Thanks for giving me opportunity to say a few words on the very interesting topic, that is how to raise a visionary. As everyone knows that each and everyone is having very different talent. They are having different ideas. They are having different vision. And these ideas are there only which create their vision. But as we think that the vision should be in such a manner that it can be shared. Vision should always be individual. And it should be shared with everyone so that it can be implemented. If in case it will not be shared, then it cannot be implemented for future, for their betterment. So a visionary, as we think that it must be able to delegate and build interpersonal relationships. From last 2 years, we have seen that during pandemic, world was thrown open to unprecedented challenges. Many were shattered, but very few stood up again. A visionary, which we believe that it realizes challenges, faces it with competent energy, and keeps pace with hardships. In raising a visionary, main focus area should be, as we think that being able to control emotions, raise the happiness quotient, imbibe resilience, and make concrete goals. And they should strive for perfection. Whatever path they are going to choose, it should be well proved. Maybe they are wrong in their path, but still, they should go ahead. And a positive motivation, reinforcement is very much required in their path. A visionary should be encouraged that his mind, a child or an adult, he is having a great path, that is unlimited path. A visionary should be raised to try out new and novel ideas to solve the life situations. Whatever life situations they are going to face, they should try out different ideas, and they should be encouraged also. Next, if I think the next is the sense of curiosity which every child is having in their mind. Their curiosity should be positively rewarded. If it will be positively rewarded, obviously in future, they will get more ideas which they can use for their betterment, for their future, and for society also. And this sense of curiosity should not be shunned with any kind of harsh words by anyone. They should be motivated with positive reinforcement at every time. They can be guided by individual as per their requirement. For creating a visionary, which I believe that new alternate methods for finding solutions, they should be encouraged much more. They may lead to incorrect solutions, but still they should be encouraged to find out the new solutions to reach their optimum future, right? Which I believe child should always be encouraged to have wide awareness. Although it is a part of subject or it is a part of life, they should always be encouraged.
Thank you so much, Shilpi ma'am. The first 3 minutes were over, but we'll try to come back to you. Let me try to summarize what you said and take some of the important points ahead. Everyone has different ideas and perspectives. He must be an individual that respects those. Secondly, the vision must be shareable. And, by being shareable, it's very important that we note that it has to be wide and inclusive enough that there is some space for everyone around you. There's space for delegation, there's space for development, there's space that people can contribute to your vision. Being able to control emotions. You should not be somebody who just, goes with the flow. You must be able to manage yourself even when there is a big emotional outburst happening in or around you. Always be motivated, imbibing resilience, open to trying new ideas. And I think a very important point that's, missing a lot in our education system, we do not, positively reward the sense of curiosity. Let teens, let students ask questions and find more ways of promoting that questioning. Thank you so much, ma'am. Let me invite the next speaker for today. A very warm welcome to Dr. Salil K. Srivastava, the Director Principal for JP Education Academy from Gorakhpur, Uttar Pradesh. Salil ji, over to you for the next 3 minutes and a very warm welcome.
Namaskar, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Daksh and Blub World team for inviting me to this panelist discussion. As what the topic which we have is how to raise a visionary. So ultimately, for me, a visionary is the one who leads by example, who is the one who actually makes the first move and make sure that the whole team joins him or her in the process. In today's time, अगर हम आज की बात करें, जो सबसे important factor है, वो है कि आज के डेट में जो बच्चे हमारे हैं, वो fickle minded हैं. उनको आज कुछ बनना है, कल कुछ और बनना है, परसों कुछ और बनना है. और जो सबसे easy चीज आज के डेट में हो गया है कि जो easy money हो गया है. आज हमारी सोच उतनी बड़ी है ही नहीं, हमें उतना बड़ा सोचना ही नहीं है. हम बहुत छोटी-छोटी चीजों में खुश हैं. हमारे गोल्स उतने बड़े हैं ही नहीं कि हम उतनी बड़ी चीजों के लिए इमेजिन कर पाए. और कहीं ना कहीं सक्सेस रेट या जो एक बड़े प्लेटफॉर्म पे बात की जाए तो वो कहीं ना कहीं घटता चला जा रहा है. बच्चा उस लेवल तक जा ही नहीं पा रहा है, सोच ही नहीं पा रहा है. तो जो अल्टीमेट चीज है वो ये है कि आज की डेट में सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट वो है फोकस. और जो बहुत बड़ी चीज है वो है टू बी अ विजनरी वी नीड टू क्रिएट अ सेंस ऑफ पर्पस. बहुत जरूरी है कि अगर आप एक विजनरी क्रिएट करना चाहते हैं तो पहले उनके अंदर उस पर्पस को क्रिएट कीजिए कि विजनरी होना क्यों. क्योंकि आप सिर्फ अपने लिए विजन नहीं क्रिएट करेंगे, वो विजनरी कहीं ना कहीं सोसाइटी को, फैमिली को, एनवायरनमेंट को बहुत बड़े लेवल पे असर डालेगा और कहीं ना कहीं शायद आपके देश को या आपके समाज को भी उसका बहुत बड़ा फैक्ट पड़ेगा. मैक्सिमम स्टूडेंट जैसा मैंने कहा कि फिकल माइंडेड है, तो बहुत जरूरी है कि हम उनको फोकस करें. इसके बाद जो सबसे बड़ी चीज है कि उनका विजन क्या है लाइफ को लेकर. जब तक हम उस विजन को क्लियर नहीं करेंगे, जब तक हम उनके उस विजन को शॉर्ट आउट नहीं करेंगे कि हम उनसे चाहते क्या है या उनकी अपनी लाइफ को लेकर एक्सपीरियंस क्या है. प्रॉब्लम ये है कि एक बहुत सिंपल सा आज हमारे एजुकेशन सिस्टम में दिक्कत है कि हम सभी जो भी है सबको साथ बैठा के एक ही तरीके से ट्रीट करने की कोशिश करते हैं. इट इज लाइक एक बहुत ही फेमस कार्टून है वेयर डिफरेंट एनिमल्स आर सिटिंग एंड ट्यूटर इज ट्राइंग टू टीच देम ऑल द एनिमल्स हाउ टू स्विम. जहाँ एलिफेंट भी है, टाइगर भी है, फिश भी है. तो ये पॉसिबल नहीं है. तो कहीं ना कहीं थोड़ा सा अगर हमारा कोर्स करिकुलम उसके हिसाब से सेट हो और थोड़ा सा अगर हम उस स्पेस को दे पाए अपने बच्चों को, तो बच्चे पहले भी जैसे थे आज भी वैसे हैं. हम उनको बहुत कुछ सिखा सकते हैं, बहुत कुछ बता सकते हैं. कुछ चीजें जो हमें उन्हें समझाने की बहुत जरूरी है, दे हैव टू बी कोलैबोरेटिव. उन्हें कोलैबोरेटिव होना जरूरी है. उनके अंदर लाइफ स्किल्स होना बहुत जरूरी है. आज जो सबसे ज्यादा मिसिंग है हमारे स्टूडेंट्स में वो है एक प्रॉपर क्रिएटिविटी नहीं है, उनके अंदर फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी नहीं है. आज जो ये वीडियो गेम्स का जमाना हो गया है, इसमें सबसे बड़ा जो इशू है वो ये है कि आज बच्चे फेलियर को एक्सेप्ट नहीं कर पा रहे हैं. एंड टू बी अ विजनरी सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट है कि आप अपने फेलियर्स को एक्सेप्ट करें. So thank you. That's my time, and I hope that I've contributed something. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Salil. Let me try to summarize and take some important points ahead. Leading by example. उनको किसी ना किसी तरीके से बच्चों को ये समझाना कि आप जीवन में किस तरीके का एग्जाम्पल दूसरे लोगों के लिए रख रहे हैं, वो आपका पहला स्टेप ऑफ बीइंग अ विजनरी. You cannot preach. You have to practice what you say. Secondly, you talked about आज की जनरेशन विच इज फिकल माइंडेड, आई वुड से ये एक काफी हद तक नेगेटिव कॉनोटेशन भी है इसका और एक पॉजिटिव कॉनोटेशन भी है, क्योंकि अब जो जनरेशन बड़ी होने वाली है उसकी करियर लाइफ हम लोगों के जैसी नहीं होगी। उसको जीवन में कम से कम 5 या 6 करियर जीने हैं, तो फिकल माइंडेडनेस थोड़ा हेल्प करेगी। लेकिन जहां फोकस का पॉइंट है वहां पे वो हमेशा चैलेंज करेगी ही करेगी, बिकॉज फोकस नहीं है। एंड उसी वजह से जो ज्यादातर टीनेजर्स हैं या किशोर हैं, उनका बड़ा सोचने की ना उनको जगह है, ना उनकी समझ है और ना उनका इकोसिस्टम है। They don't have the opportunity to think big, because when they think big and they think loud, the second moment they think of something else. So that's the challenge. उनका कोई फोकस नहीं है वो कुछ अचीव करना शुरुआत में एकदम डेफिनेट नहीं होते हैं। फोकस इज अ क्रिटिकल स्किल हेल्पिंग देम क्लियर देयर विजन, एवरीवन इन द सेम बॉक्स सेम लेसन। जो मास एजुकेशन का चैलेंज है जो इंडिया में बहुत ज्यादा बड़ा हो जाता है, क्योंकि हमें बहुत सारे बच्चों को पढ़ाना होता है, तो इस वजह से वी पुट एवरीवन इन द सेम ब्लॉक। तो वो एक चैलेंज है। पर्सनलाइजेशन कैसे होगा एजुकेशन का, दैट्स वेयर बिकमिंग अ विजनरी वुड गेट मोर डिफाइंड। लाइफ स्किल्स, क्रिएटिविटी, फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी एंड फाइनली एक्सेप्टिंग योर फेलियर। हम फेलियर को हमेशा इतना ज्यादा क्रिटिसाइज कर देते हैं कि कोई फेल होने को राजी ही नहीं है। एंड व्हेन यू आर नॉट रेडी टू फेल, you don't grow. So thank you so much, Dr. Salil. Let me invite the next speaker for today. A very warm welcome to Dr. Farzana Shakeel Ali, the Director Principal for Kriti Public School from Barabanki, Uttar Pradesh. Farzana ma'am, over to you for the next 3 minutes. Please unmute yourself and a very warm welcome.
Congratulations to Daksh and Blub World team for this 207 episode. And thank you so much for having us here to discuss on some very, very important topic. And I strongly agree with what my co-panelists have shared till now. To add on to that, I will quote one very important and famous African saying by an African leader who says that show me the heroes that the youth of your country look up to, and I will tell you the future of your country. So here we have to role model what we expect our children to be somewhere. If we want to raise visionaries, then somewhere we need to reflect upon, do that self-reflection exercise on everyday basis, because children are learning subconsciously from their surroundings, and that surrounding includes us, we elders, we educators, or we as parents, or we as society. So where are we going wrong? If we want to raise visionary, yes, contextual wise, everything that our co-panelists have shared till now, all the words are up to the mark. But I'll talk in the context of school. How are we raising visionaries? Yes, we say that we make children future ready. Future ready, we are giving them all the integrated approach. I must say we are just trying to imbibe 21st century skills in them. Through our lesson plans, through teaching learning processes, through all school transactions and activities. But then the same thing applies to all the elders around. Because we have to think big, we have to think out of the box. It's not only for children. If we are doing that and children simply emulate what their teachers do or what their school head does. So as a school head or as teachers who are leaders in the classrooms, we have to do that self-reflection exercise wherein we have to be innovative, we have to be persistent, we have to be courageous to take risks and accept failures. We have to have very organized way of working. We have to be strategic planners so that our children see us as role models, again, to be focused, to have collaborative approach in our working. And when we organize and do group activities in the classroom, let us share these tips with our group leaders for that particular team or group, which is being, which is there to execute the work being assigned by the teacher in the class, with an open-minded approach where there is no right or wrong and everyone's opinion is respected. Give them that liberty to talk. Make them responsible, optimistic, and yes, be inspirational as a leader. Again, role model yourself as a visionary leader and let your team and your children imbibe all good qualities of visionary leadership from you as the head or as a facilitator to them. This was in school context. And to the parents, I'll say, embrace your child's uniqueness, which applies to the school teachers also, because every child comes with his or her soul print. No two children are same. So everyone is individually different. So let's respect those differences. And we at times will have to change our program and planning and adapt to their ideas. Because these growing up children, as Daksh has just mentioned, when you conduct this teen parliament and you invite their ideas, you will be amazed to hear them. So in that scenario, we as adults, we may have to adapt ourselves. So let's not be rigid and give them the gift of gratefulness. So with this, thank you so much. And these were my views.
Thank you so much, Farzana ma'am. Let me try to summarize what you said. Self-reflection, I think a very important point that you added to the discussion, that find out ways that all these teenagers, all these students are able to do some little small form of self-reflection every single day. Because that's very important in a leader, because until and unless you're not able to evaluate yourself, you cannot grow as a visionary, because the vision has to first get polished within your head, not in the world. So if you're ready to, recheck everything what's going, then you'll have to check. Secondly, imbibing 21st century skills. And I think a very important point, teenagers and children emulate, they copy. So are the adults and the elders around them visionaries? If they are not, they should start acting like one. They have to, if you're not a visionary, don't worry, but you'll have to act like that so that they're able to emulate the right kind of attitude, right kind of behavior. Secondly, not making everything just right or wrong. We make a very big blunder by telling children that the world is black and white. Let's not tell them that. Let them know that the world is gray, and rather in the shades of gray. It's not exactly that everything might be right or everything might be wrong. There's something called perspective that makes things right or makes things wrong. Thank you so much, ma'am. And I think the point that you concluded is that embracing the child the way he or she is. We always try to find a better version. Try finding that, but embrace the qualities that they currently have. Thank you so much, Farzana ma'am. Let me invite the next speaker for today. A very warm welcome to Dr. Jyoti Tiwari, the principal of First Step in International School from Gwalior, Madhya Pradesh. Jyoti ma'am, over to you for the next 3 minutes. Please unmute yourself, and a very warm welcome.
A very good evening to all. And thank you, Daksh, for giving me a chance to speak few ideas on this visionary things. So today I would like to share my views on the how to improve visionary leadership. As an edu leader, first of all, I want to tell about that how can you develop visionary leadership. See, the value in new ideas in modern education, it is required. Second, it should always be open to learning each day. Communicate the vision with your team and make sure you work with the right team. Now, I would like to present why it is important to be a visionary leadership. It is required in modern age. In current education, it's very important and very essential point to develop a leadership in each child. Vision gives us a sense of purpose and guide us as we work in present. Visionary leaders energize and inspire to the people to work towards this future goal. They are able to clarify, communicate what the future holds. Visionary leaders recognize that the individual, collective teams, and even an entire the nation must enlighten with the vision, have a clear goal, and understand their role model in making this vision. Now, it is very important to remove hesitation with child and development of the various kinds of the skills. They can able to speak and gives the front of the various kinds of the current ideas where in their standard they are going to study. Sometimes students have knowledge, but they are not able to speak. This is our duty. We have to give them the motivation so that they can open their ideas in front of the teacher, in front of the parents, and in front of the society. At last, it is very important. A visionary leadership style can be inspire a team to boldly strive for achieve new heights and unite on organization to take one step forward to each other so that we can do something for future generation. Without the work hard, without the development of the skills, the students are not able to do something for future in their career. So this is our duty to bright career should be there. And this is the teacher's duty. And as a principal, we are having a various kinds of the work along with them so that they can able to do something and maintain the building of the career building. Otherwise, they can lack of mind. They can be not able to do something. So this is our duty to support them, to build them, and overall the development of their personality. Thank you. Have a nice day to all. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I think a very important quality that you mentioned, जिसको इस साल वर्ल्ड इकोनॉमिक फोरम और दुनिया भर के जितने भी एजुकेशन रिलेटेड डिस्कशंस थे उसमें हमेशा ये कहा गया, trying to build lifelong learners. That are you ready to learn at every point of time, and how do you do that? How do you make them active learners? The biggest challenge in school life or in teenage is that they are passive learners. By the time they come in the college, they're expected to be super active learners, and they might, grasp everything that's happening in graduation. But that becomes a kind of a roadblock for them because we don't specifically work on their passivity. We only work on teaching them. We don't transform them as learners. Secondly, developing leadership in every child. A visionary must be able to energize and motivate people around you. Removing hesitation. I think for school leaders, for teachers, this is very important that you find more and more ways कि बच्चे बोल पाएं, articulate कर पाएं, because articulation as a skill is not that much focused on. Communication as a skill might be focused on, but अपने thoughts को शब्दों में convert कर लेना ही अपने आप में एक separate skill है जिस पे काफी काम होना चाहिए. And also you talked about giving them the stage to speak. बार बार ये अपॉर्चुनिटी देना कि कहीं ना कहीं वो अपने विजन को लोगों के सामने रख सकें. हमने ये बात बहुत देर तक करी और आप लोगों से आइडियाज भी जाने कि साहब एक विजनरी को एक्चुअली रेज कैसे करना चाहिए. एंड बिफोर वी कंक्लूड, लेट अस ऑल ट्राई टू एटलीस्ट डिफाइन वन चैलेंज जो कि आप अपने स्कूल में या अपने इकोसिस्टम में जिसका सोल्यूशन आप तुरंत कर रहे हैं या जो आपसे दूसरे स्कूल सीख सकते हैं कि आप अपने स्कूल में एक विजनरी कैसे बना रहे हैं, उसके ऊपर व्हाट आर योर थॉट्स? फरजाना मैम, ओवर टू यू. Any one thing that you think, okay, we are doing specifically this thing that our children will be visionaries of the future? Over to you.
In our school, actually, we keep assigning various leadership roles to all age groups children so that they get the opportunity to open up, lead, explore, and yes, communicate freely. Again, I'll say whether right or wrong, then we as teachers are there to guide and facilitate the whole thing. But yes, we give them those opportunities, and my school is in very rural area. So I get children from all agricultural background. So they are the children who at times are unable to speak correct Hindi as well. So when they get these opportunities, what I have observed in that area is they are very keen learners, because any new opportunity that comes their way, they are willing to explore and be a part of. That is the beauty of that thing. And we are passionate in doing it. And we certainly enjoy this whole process, which includes all of us. I use the word we. It's not only about teachers or children. It's as a school, we actually, feel so satisfied and contented when we see those children learning, exploring, performing on stage, speaking on the mic without any fear. So it's all about providing a conducive, very positive learning environment, which is completely threat-free. And yes, gradually, once they develop that confidence and those skills to perform, certainly they will do well in life. That is what we believe in.
Thank you so much, ma'am. एक बहुत अच्छा idea that can be implemented quickly, that try to assign as much leadership roles as you can to these teenagers or these children. शिल्पी मैम, ऐसा आप क्या एक चीज कर रहे हैं जिससे आपके यहाँ पे विजनरीज रेज हो रहे हैं?
Thanks again for giving me opportunity to say a few more words on the same topic. As Farzana ma'am said, I do agree. Leadership roles are playing very important role as to raise visionary, because they get all those ideas to do something different. Apart from academics is something different, which gives opportunity for betterment for future. But still, if in case a child is not good enough in academics, that child also can show their excellence in leadership. And in our school at Goel campus, we are having one more venture, that is Tor More Jod. We are having different things which we provide them to create their own ideas, to give them opportunity to create a different vision which they think. And we are having a parents library, students library. Every school is having, they are having parents library, Adhyan. So we invite each and every parent to study over there, which our kids are also studying. So they are having a good collaboration. So a child can give a better future. They can give a better future to their parents, to himself, to herself, and it creates a wider area. he can think something different. At par, he can think and he can prove himself, which we are doing. And leadership, obviously, a student which is not good in academics, still he or she is going to clear CAT, CLAT. It means it is something different vision which they are having. Maybe in school area, with those particular books, they are not getting that opportunity to explore. But in CAT, CLAT, that is totally beyond your bookish knowledge. That is your logical reasoning, analytical thinking. So that they are different skills which they are able to apply. So obviously, they are getting wider area. Apart from that particular bookish area, maybe they are not getting that particular, explore to just show their excellence in those books knowledge. But apart from books, they are showing their at par excellence, which is a great vision which we are doing at State Amarjya Puria Goel campus. Thanks again.
Thank you so much, Aman. I think two very good ideas. First, I think your Tod for Jod is typically tinkering, so you're giving them opportunity to tinker a lot. And secondly, I think a very important and a good idea is establishing a parents' library. All the schools have a big challenge of managing their parents. I think this is a very good way of managing them, talking to them regularly, and doing the community connect. So thank you so much, ma'am. Over to Dr. Salil कि आप ऐसा क्या कर रहे हैं स्कूल में जिससे आपके यहाँ विजनरीज अभी तैयार हो रहे हैं?
So again, thank you. But yes, if I start off, I will say that for me, school is a place of experiments rather than following a same routine. So for me, from the very beginning of the day, that is from the assembly, in my school, our kindergarten students are also taking the charge of the morning assembly. They are conducting assembly for the whole school. And that is something which is like, I cannot express how beautiful they conduct that assembly. And those days are the days when all students, all the teachers, we actually call our teachers as initiators. So all our initiators actually aspire, wait for that particular day when these kindergarten students are performing that assembly duty and everything. From giving the command to assembly disperse, the last word, everything they are doing. For me, as I said, that yes, as what ma'am also said, that all the students are not very good in academics. So yes, we are the one who needs to give them different platform and different career perspectives, different career opportunities. So yes, we are doing that in our school. We are giving them different. Today, we do have some very good singers who are national level singers who are performing live concerts with many of the famous singers or bands. Then we do have some national players in sports as well, in martial arts. At the same time, I have inculcated one thing, that we do not have a very bigger sports ground. So what I did is that I started one practice of playing chess. And in today's time, I'm very proud to tell that yes, we are the rank one among the leaders in our locality, in our area, Gorakhpur. And we are the one who are from last 3 years winning that trophy of Chess Maestro. And in our school, we do have this habit that students are allowed to come with a chess board. They are not going to be punished for that. In ever free periods or games period, they are allowed to play chess. And we do have some good players, and hopefully a day will come and we'll have some grandmasters also from our school. We are in that process. One example which I would like to quote here, that this year our school went for a tour, and that complete planning, we did nothing. We are the one who actually called one tour operator. Our students were the one from senior class. They curated the complete tour. They planned everything, all the expenses and everything. So that actually gave them an idea how to actually plan anything out of the box. They've decided what the menu, what will be the destination, how they are going to be there, what are the things they are going to do, everything. We are the one who are there just to support them. It was just a name of the school which was there, that we are the one who are organizing the tour, but rest everything was done by the students only. So yes, we are doing different things, and in bits and pieces, we are getting success as well. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Salil sir. And I think one idea that can be replicated across schools, let your kindergartner take your assemblies hands on. वो हो सकता है शायद ज़्यादा अच्छी, ज़्यादा cute assemblies कर दें सबके लिए. And I think finding the right kind of sport to engage them, and वो sport के लिए freedom देना हर समय कि अगर आप खेल सकते हैं तो give them the opportunity, whether you play anything. If you have big long spaces, give them basketballs, crickets, and footballs of the world. If you don't, let them play chess at every point of time. and giving them onus by letting them operate tools is something very critical. Jyoti ma'am, anything that you want to add? कि कोई ऐसी चीज आप कर रहे हो अपने स्कूल में जिससे अभी आप visionaries build कर रहे हो? Over to you.
We have a good strengths team of the sports on the district level. First in Kho-Kho and first position in volleyball team and first position in javelin. So one girl in the Gwalior and Gohad, both the areas. The one girl is Samiksha Tomar. She is very good in all over the team. She's won the first position. Second thing, the few students are good in singing, few in dancing, and few are good in science model activities. And sometimes they are having a creative ideas. On every Saturday, we are giving the chance after the lunch, then creative Saturday. They are having ideas along with the parents. They can come and discuss to each other and give the innovation ideas to follow by the another students. So it is very good. And one thing is special is doing on those parents are very educated. We are giving a chance in a day, in 15 days. So in a day, in a week, any kinds of the topics they can share in front of the classrooms with the students, and they can give their own ideas, own creative skills to the students so that we can develop their childhood. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jyoti ma'am. So now listen to all the school leaders. Now let's listen to the university people that वो क्या कर रहे हैं. जैसे एक बहुत अच्छा example before I actually go to Samuel sir, one of our partners, Amrita University, they have a very good idea called Living Lab, where they ask their students to go to a village, live there for around 10-15 days, find out problem, give them solutions, and then they implement those solutions within the villages. So I think now is a time when universities should typically find out more and more ways of collaborating and sharing their knowledge and resources with schools. So Samuel sir, over to you. What are you doing or anything that your university does right now with students where they get to become visionaries? Over to you, sir.
I have a couple of points. The first thing that we do is we call this program that has been offered to the first years and second years, of course, all the 4 years of studies in engineering. It's called STIRS, STIRS, which is Stimuli for Technological Innovation and Research. That's the kind of the version of it. So it is similar to that of UROP, that of MIT. In MIT, you have this thing called as UROP, which is undergraduate research program, wherein students are being given seed funding for the research ideas that they have. So generally, if you see like post-graduation and PhD is where the university gives them funding, you get scholarships and all that. Here at our university, we have scholarships right from the first year itself. If the idea is really good, we for a 5-member team, we have a mentor for them, a faculty mentor who like takes the idea, the raw idea, and like gives them the mentorship. And the raw idea has been converted as a product or a brand or a service, or it can be anything. It can even go to a patent. So that's how that's how we're evolving. And the second thing is that, so this is called STIRS, and the seed funding that we're giving is 30,000. So in the second year of our establishment for Nadar University, we've already given to 5 to 6 teams already. So that's a live example that we're doing. The second thing that we're doing is a project competition, and the project competition is like down across South India right now. So like that's in Jan 21st. I'm inviting you as well in the same forum. So it's on the topic role of science and technology for digital India. So that's again how we try to kind of bring in schools to our campus, and we try to kind of collaborate, as you said, collaboration in all walks of life. Yeah, that's about it.
Thank you so much, Samuel sir. So I think some very good initiatives that you're giving them some kind of seed funding in the undergraduation itself, that if you have research-driven mind, keep doing that. So at Blub World, when we started, we just believed in a simple thing, that you have to find more and more stories if you want people to become visionaries. Because the only way humans get inspired is by stories. Because there's something in psychology called story bias. If we see a story working in front of us, we just forget everything and work on that story and build that story for ourselves. And that's where the idea of the publication actually, where we search for teenagers every month who are doing amazingly well in life and share their stories with many more teenagers across the world. While doing this for quite some time now, around 2 years back, we wanted that let's bring the most amazing teenagers from across the world together onto a single platform. And that's where the World Teen Parliament was born, जो अभी दुनिया की इकलौती और सबसे बड़ी वर्किंग किशोर संसद है. एक ऐसी संसद जहां पर हम साल में 100 बच्चों को दुनिया भर से इलेक्शन के द्वारा इलेक्ट कराते हैं. They get elected as members of parliament and then they function as a parliament for one whole year. And उस साल भर के काम में they are funded, they are trained, they are mentored, and then by the end of the year, वो इतने सारे इन्फ्लुएंशियल लोगों से बातचीत कर चुके होते हैं, इतने आइडियाज इंप्लीमेंट कर चुके होते हैं कि साल भर बाद if they really talk to a member of parliament, he gets challenged. So that's the kind of innovation that we are trying in the World Team Parliament. And the most important element, this complete initiative is a non-profit initiative of the Blub World Foundation. So no one has to pay anything to the complete initiative. It's absolutely free for everyone. The only thing that is needed is that if you have a vision and if people support you, then you can be a part of the World Team Parliament. So I hope we see many more teenagers empowering the world. So this was the Blub World Web Talks 207th episode. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, and if you want to attend the future sessions, open your audio, say a big yes, and thank you so much for being a part of this Blub World Web Talks 207. Thank you.